Burrow made a very surprising, decision here. Now, all three movies was written out for this whole Jurassic World series. They written all three movies out as what they were going to do. Based on the success of Jurassic World, that would let them know if they were going to continue down the path of making more Jurassic Park movies. Once Jurassic World reached that benchmark, they went right ahead with Fallen Kingdom. Now, Fallen Kingdom was a bit of a letdown compared to Jurassic World, but people were like, wow, we haven't seen a Jurassic Park movie in so long. It was good to see Jurassic, you know, dinosaurs and all these things. Seemed pretty cool. Then when Fallen Kingdom came, they had an opportunity to do something different than the original three. You saw the actual fall of the dinosaurs, the fall of the island. So that, to me, was the most important and amazing part of it. You got to see the fall of the island. Now, for me, my enjoyment, my pleasure, and what I got out of it was entirely different for those films. You got to realize that this is made for children, not made for adults. They have some adult themes to keep you entertained, but kids 4 and under should never be allowed to watch these new Jurassic Park movies, or even the old ones. Very, very aggressive nightmares you could have from watching these type of films. Now, going into this last film, meaning that you've seen the last 2 films, and this is supposed to bring an end to the whole Jurassic Park, whatever. This is supposed to be the end of it. So this one brings everything around full circle. Jurassic Park Dominion. Well, reviewing this film, I had some reservations. First and secondly, thank you guys for tuning in to listen on Screen Fiend. As you can see, we've been quite active with Screen Fiend. Back on our job. Now, from the beginning, they're showing what happened after the fallout of the last film. How dinosaurs are now part of the ecosystem. And they're adjusting in modern world. People think that they're causing problems. Life hasn't quite adjusted. They moved some of the main carnivore type animals out of society and put them someplace else. Now, sorry about that. Animals that are roaming freely. They're roaming freely and just causing all types of havoc. That is a problem. A major, major problem. So, when you see something like that hit the table, It pushes the envelope. So um you got the character who plays Owen, who's the star of the new Jurassic World. He's now living in the woods while his girlfriend slash, I don't know what to call it, they're actually doing jobs together where they're going to rescue these animals from these places and facilities. And because they're choosing to do that and take that route, and we're going to rescue these animals one by one, like she keeps doing these nighttime missions. And they like illegally adopted, oh, wait a minute, gotta keep left. They've illegally adopted the baby girl. Seriously, they illegally adopt this girl who seems to have some dino DNA in her bloodline. So we wanted to know what was her story. We wanted to know the story of a lot of people. So they connect a lot. They even play homage to a certain item that was in Jurassic Park, the very first movie that we actually wondered about. But this movie is a cluster. It's hard to describe because what they're trying to do is sum everything up in one film by having a story and a reason to blend all the characters from the first Jurassic Park and mix them in with the Jurassic World, whatever you got going on here today. It was clear. Jeff Goldblum said, I'm only going to do a certain amount of scenes of action. Like, that's not my theme no more. I'm not running around too much. I'll do a couple of things, and that's about it. So Macy is important, and they've been looking for her. So this team hires this guy. They find him out in the woods. She's a 14-year-old girl. She's tired of being in the woods by herself. It's been 4 years, and she's ready to get out on her own. So it's been 4 years since the last Jurassic Fallen Kingdom. And now there's dinosaurs on the black market, and there's these new locusts mixed with DNA from a dinosaur, and they're just causing havoc all throughout the streets. And now that they've caused all this havoc on the streets, they're killing all the crops, all the wheat, all the corn. So pretty soon, we're going to be out of food. Pesticides can't stop them. Who you going to call? 2 people. So that's how the original Jurassic Park people get involved. You get Laura Dern's character. You get Sam in there. So now they come, she joins them. They go to the lab. Malcolm works at the lab. So now those 3 are reunited from the original Jurassic Park. They kidnapped the girl and Blue's baby. So now that's going to bring Owen and which is Chris Pratt's character, and Then you get Bryce Howard's character. She's coming there, and they all meet. And the villain is such a it's such a joke. It's like, haven't we seen this ending before? We saw this ending in the original Jurassic World, and we see it in this one. It's like it didn't even make sense to have this ending, but it's like it's crazy. I mean, really. It was like, this needs to stop. So hopefully this puts an end to Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. Go back and watch the originals. I'm just gonna say, normally there's like, I would say about 1/2 of action in a movie. This movie's like 3 hours long for no reason. I mean, literally for no reason. There's no reason for this movie to be 3.5 hours. I kid you not. Is it worth going to see? I would say no. And the only reason I would say no, if you saw the first two, definitely see the third. If you saw Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom, see this one. So it's like the final one is, you'll see it, but you're not gonna care. You'll be looking down at your phone the majority of the time. There's just way too many unrealistic things going on in this film that it's like every 10 seconds, it's like a dinosaur's chasing them down. You know they're not gonna get the main character, but damn. It's like, oh my God. It's like, oh, come on. And every dinosaur is like taking a POV shot, like he got a selfie stick. Ah! I'm like, oh God. Will you just be a dinosaur and like take a snap at somebody, please? Can you do that for me? Thank you. Scary dinosaur. Chris Pratt dies at the end. Do you really believe that? I mean, he even makes fun of it. She's like, come back to me. I always come back. He's right. He always comes back. He crashes a plane into ice. They come out with no bones broken at all. All he did was grab onto something and hold a seatbelt in his hands that wasn't buckled in. And that was enough, because he's Chris Pratt. What can't he not do? There's just too many scenes, because you got those scenes with Laura Dern's character, then they gotta have their woman power moment, then there's a scene that's gonna really piss off all the women, I mean the men that goes to see this film. The men's gonna blast this film to hell. There's a scene in here that's just gonna really piss men off, and I'll do that when we do the spoiler review. You're gonna see why people got real pissed off. I never felt like, like I'm different. I don't have those type of hang-ups, like when I'm so consciously bothered by something. I don't have that. Where it irks me to see something, but this is just like, oh my God, really? But okay. They do explain the girl's history. They explain what happened in the one scene in the very first Jurassic Park movie. And we all wonder what happened to this item that is in this film. And then uh, you kind of get this conclusion at the end. Like, it finally works out. I don't know if there's an end credit scene because I walked out immediately. I'm just, you feel the length of the film and you're just ready for it to be over. It's like, get on the plane and go home already. It's time to go. And it's just like the film wouldn't end. And to believe that would be the results of everything that happens with the dinosaurs, like everything is, believe me, the end scenario is insanity. It would have never went down that way. Nada. For me, I would have been a little bit more careful with the situation because it's nuts. It was just dinosaurs doing whatever the hell they wanted to do, unchecked. And of course, wherever somebody broke down, here's a dinosaur. It just didn't make sense in certain areas. It's like crazy. What ranking would I give it? I don't think I gave the Northman ranking on my last one. It was 3.5 out of 4 for the Northman. This one is 2 stars. It's watchable, but you ain't gonna give a damn about it. And T minus 5, 4, 3, 2,